Hey everybody, it is Monday the 12th, start of a new week, and got a whole lot of mail right here. All this stuff. Also, as of today, I no longer have a band, unfortunately. Stuff happens. So, if any of you happen to know any bands in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that need a guitarist, drummer, bassist, keyboard player, anything, let me know. I'm looking to keep active as much as I can. So, anyways, without further ado, what you've all been here for, instead of just my random ranting there, take a look at this one first. This one is from a trade that I made through a Facebook group. Sent off a couple of Islanders cards to a guy that collects them, and he sent me a couple of Tough Guys that will go into my collection here. One that I've already gotten before, one that I have never gotten, so one that I've gotten already before is Mr. Nick Fatiu, but that's on a card that I don't have yet. So I figured I'd trade for that one. And the other one is Rich Pilon. Kind of a tough guy. He was also kind of a rat, really, to be honest. But either way, he put up some decent penalty minute numbers, so we'll keep him around in there at least. So good to get those back here today. Take a look at the bigger package right here as well. This one is a purchase of some unsigned stuff from off Sport Lots. This dealer, though, took forever. He insisted that it was fulfilled like a week and a half ago and didn't bother shipping it until, I think, Friday, something like that. So, yeah, not really a big fan of that. So, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it was paid, fulfilled on the 28th, and yeah, like I said, it didn't get shipped until about 3 or 4 days ago, so, yeah. But, on the plus side, got some stuff here for my long snappers collection. Show those off real quick here before we move on to the TTMs. Let's see here. So we've got on this one Mike Bartram. That is definitely not Mike Bartram in that photo, though. I think they may have switched the names on here or just had completely the wrong player depicted, one or the other. But it says Mike Bartram is there under this guy right here, and that is definitely not him. It might be him there, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to look back into that one to be sure. Oh, we got Steve Bush. Got Kevin Mawai, something like that. Dave Moore, solid tight end as well as being a long snapper. Got Ethan Albright. Got Zach Diassi, the second generation long snapper. Of course, his dad was Steve Diassi, who also used to snap for the Giants. Got Clark Harris. Got Bob Kuchenberg. Extended his career by being a long snapper for the Dolphins well into the early to mid 1980s or so. Got Randy Cross. Got a couple of cards of Randy Cross in here, as there is another one right there. Solid TTMer, too, so I'll definitely be mailing off to him pretty soon. Todd Christensen, no longer with us, but he handled long snapping for the Raiders for a lot of the 70s and 80s. Excuse me. On this one, we've got Matt Lepsis in the corner right there, is a long-time long snapper. At least he was for a few years. Let's see, off of this one, Mike Leach in the middle right there, snapper for a number of teams. Blair Bush, a guy who was a solid regular center, and then, like Kuchenberg, extended his career as a strictly long snapper. Same deal there with Guy Morris. Art Keene handled some long snapping in both the NFL and the USFL. Got Mike Morris right there as well, former Browns long snapper for half a season. Dave Weidel, brother of Doug, handled it for a couple of teams. Jerry Fontenot handled long snapping for the Bears. And Jeff Thomason, who handled for a couple of teams. I don't think he actually did it with the Packers, who he's depicted with here, but could be wrong. He might have handled it a little bit there. Brian Kinchin, longtime Browns long snapper. And let's see here. Paul Frazee. Not sure if Frazee handled much of the long snapping. I know he did at least place kick snaps quite a bit. And then last one is Jeff Robinson, who did it for a couple of teams as well. I think he was with the Packers for a bit, the Jaguars, and the Broncos, as the card showed there. So, there you go, more to add into the long snappers pile. And now, let's go ahead and take a look at these TTMs. We'll start with JR from North Texas. This one is going to be one of my first racing ones I've had in a while, sent out to Johnny Rutherford, one of the greats of the IndyCar circuit. And he signed all the items that I sent. We'll show you off the card here and the index card. There you go. Printed those up in Photoshop there on the index cards. Came out pretty good. Did him and a few others. And the only card I had of him was 3 copies of this one, so I sent them all, and he signed all 3 of them there. So, yeah, really cool to get those ones back. Very fast turnaround, too. I think maybe a week, maybe less than a week, something like that. It's been real quick on him. Moving right along, let's go with JF, Greenville, South Carolina. Excuse me. And that's going to be a former Dodger and Expo, Jim Ferry, coming back in this one, I believe. And yes, indeed, that is who we've got here. So, show the rookie card and the index card. This rookie card is going to be going off to Jack Billingham next. Also got Billingham's 72 tops card that I need to put in there as well. I think he charges 5 each, so not too bad. Finish a duel, get a set card done. Reasonable price. And so the last one, postmark from the New York, New Jersey area, and the initials on it are MB. This is a hockey one. Well, let's think about this one, see if you can figure out who it might be. Hopefully he signed. I paid him $5 for this, as that seems to be the going rate for him. Got him in person a number of times as well. And he did indeed. This would be a former goalie for the St. Hyacinthe Laser, and as he's better known for, winning a few cups of the New Jersey Devils. Martin Brodeur on a card from his junior days. So there you go. Real happy to see that one come back. Grabbed a couple of those actually out of a box that I bought at a local card shop a few years ago. I sat there wondering, God, what am I ever going to get signed out of this? But yeah, screw it, keep them around, and got the 2 Brodeurs and sent one of them off, and there you go. So, really happy to get that one back. I now have Brodeur on his actual NHL rookie card in the score set, and now in that kind of pre-rookie card, as they call it there, from the junior days. So, great start to the week. Hopefully we're going to see a little bit more come back as well here over the next few days. Tuesday, April 13th. 2 in the mailbox here today. I know who both of them are this time, too. I looked them both up. So first one we have here is VL. It's a postmark from Salt Lake City, Utah. This is one that I paid $5 for recently. And this one's from my dad's collection from when he was a kid. Looks like there's either a note in here or just my letter wrapped up around it. Didn't know that. So Vern Law, this is who I wrote to. I'll show you the card here in a moment. The letter here back says, your card is now worth $75 to $100. You made quite an investment for $5. Most people send at least 10. I only request 8. Thanks, Vern Law. I'd seen 5 for everything, so I sent him 5, but okay, well. It's definitely not worth $75 to $100 right now, but it is a very nice addition to my collection. He added some great inscriptions there as well. So there you go. I mean, a very, very solid signature from him there, and yeah, like I said, I didn't know he charged 8. I thought it was 5. So, yeah, there you go. Just an FYI for everybody. Apparently, he is an $8 charge. So, just make note of that for next time. So there you go. Moving on, we've got a KH here. This is from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Another one I paid $5 on, and this is going to be Mr. Kent Herbeck. And there you go. That is the 82. It's either 82 or 83 Diamond Kings card, signed in blue. And another great addition there to the Diamond Kings collection. So, once again, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll have some more coming up here later on this week. All right, it's Thursday the 15th, tax day normally on any other ordinary year, not so much this year, but still, 2 in the mailbox, nothing Wednesday. So these ones, postmarked both from North Carolina, one from Charlotte from WW, and one from Greensboro from RP. Both out of the same sport, both guys who, I know at least one of them is in his Sports Hall of Fame. I don't know if the other one is. He probably should be, though. So we'll go with that one first. Mr. WW here, I believe, is going to be a former crew chief and an engine builder, mostly famous for engine building. But, yeah, going to be Waddell Wilson, I believe. Used my letter to give the cards extra protection, it appears. Add anything on there? Nope, didn't add anything on there. Just a little protection there. And he also enclosed an extra card as well. I sent 3, he sent 4. And okay, he is a Hall of Famer in his sport because I'll show you here in a second. There's 2 of the ones that I'd sent. But yeah, he added on his card that he sent himself, Hall of Fame 2020. So there you go. He is in the Hall of Fame, and much deservedly so. Like I said, known as an engine builder and a crew chief. So yeah, great stuff right there. Glad to get those ones added in. And the other one, as I said, got the initials of excuse me, the initials of RP on this one. And if you know racing, you probably know of at least one person there with RP initials. And it is exactly who I thought it would be, and he signed all three. He's occasionally been a two-per signer, but I figure, I wrote a really good letter that he might do all three items, and he did. It is the King, Richard Petty. I'll show you the third one here as well, just because it's a great photo on it as well, on the Panini card right there. So, there we go. Really happy to add those in. I've gotten Petty before, but, big fan of him. My dad, the only NASCAR race that anyone in my family's ever been to, my dad saw one at Michigan International Speedway, and Petty won that one. I think it was sometime back, somewhere in the kind of mid to late 70s or so was when my parents were living there. So, yeah, there we go. Two big ones today from some NASCAR Hall of Famers. Very happy to add those in. Hopefully we'll have some more coming up right after this on Friday. It's Saturday and got some mail here to show off. First, an eBay auction that I already opened. Not autograph related necessarily, though I will have to get the sign at some point. And that's I picked up a high number from the 2012 Heritage set, Brad Boxberger. Found that on Sport Lots for only 18 cents, which is their starting price on everything. I'm assuming maybe the dealer didn't know it was a high number or something. So 18 cents plus 85 cents shipping. So I snagged that for, well, actually it ended up as less than $1 out of pocket because I already had a 18-cent credit with them. So cost of shipping, got that for it. So very happy to add that one in. Bad news, unfortunately. One is a TTM from Alonzo Highsmith. Have to see if I can find a different address on him. He's probably moved out of the Northeast Ohio area there since he's no longer part of the Browns front office. Good news, though, got 3 TTMs here to check out. So, let's see here. We'll start with this one because it's been out the longest. The initials on it are IS. It's postmarked from North Texas, actually, right around here. I believe this is going to be a former Cleveland Brown in here, and that is Mr. Irv Smith Sr., former tight end for the Browns and the Saints. Of course, his son is Irv Smith Jr., who plays for the Vikings. And yeah, that's who we've got here. So let's show off these two right here, a Saints one and a Browns one. There we go. Glad to get those ones back. Smith actually did a signing at the mall closest to me in 99 or 2000 or so, but it's $5 each. I don't think I had a card of him at that point, and it was $5 each, and I had a $4 a week allowance at that point, so I had other things to spend my money on. So glad to get him now, though. So moving right along, we've got, let's go with this one here. The initials are BB, and it's postmarked from Charlotte, North Carolina. I think this one is going to be a NASCAR racer, most likely Brett Bodine. And yes, indeed, very fast response out of him. Took about a week or so. Total turnaround time on that one. So, there we go. Signed all 3 cards I sent. There's 2 of them right there you get to see. And the last one is going to be JB, no postmark on it, but I think this one is going to be a former first baseman, John Bocabella, and it should help, this should complete a duel that I had picked up. And yes, indeed, he did sign all 3 cards that I sent. We'll show you off the 2 here. Signed the Cubs rookies here that I just gotten done by Billy Cowan. I'll show off the Expos one there as well. So, great stuff right there. That's very nice investment right there. I picked up this unsigned card for $0.25 at a show, what, a month ago, a couple weeks ago, something like that. Sent it off to Cowan, got it back in about a couple weeks, and sent to Bocabella this time. Came back in maybe even under a week. That was a real fast return time on that. So, there you go. 3 TTMs today, an eBay pickup, a return to sender, unfortunately, but overall, pretty good. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button down there if you have not done so yet. And, of course, go and check out sportscardforum.com. All sorts of great info on there. Lots of TTM addresses for you there as well. So we'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll have some full mailboxes coming up here as well.